What the heck is going on with the dollar, the gold market, and the indices world?
Language.
Let's cover it and talk about the fundamentals and technical setups going forward, starting right now. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Real quick, we had GDP numbers come out today at 2%. This was higher than expected from the 1.4% forecast. And we also had jobs numbers come out better than expected at 239,000 claims for unemployment compared to the expected 264. Of course, a lower number of unemployment claims is of course good for the economy. It shows some strength. Well, this did a number on the markets here today as we saw a couple key things moving big. We're going to come back to gold because, oh my gosh, but then also let's talk about the dollar. The dollar jumped big time, and this makes sense as we saw economically strong numbers out of the US, GDP coming out strong, and of course also the unemployment claims also looking strong. And I want to talk quickly the fundamentals, but also the technicals with the dollar. We saw a breakout to the upside. We've seen a higher low, and I think the real test for dollar bulls will be to see if we can get above this resistance point that we have around 103.3. If we break higher, that could perhaps lend to more upside on the dollar. As this trend is still early, it's still trying to prove itself, this would be a really big area of resistance to break out. Despite that, to the bulls who have already caught this move here, congrats, it's been a really nice push to the upside. I'm not a dollar bull at this time. Fundamentally, I'm still, thinking that the Federal Reserve will likely begin it's already hinted that it's at the end of its rate hiking cycle. It's getting closer and closer to that end line, and I do think that there is downside to the dollar following that. But in the short term, it does seem like the dollar has some strength and could be due for some more upside. Now, let's talk gold here. Gold pushed down dramatically off of this number because it actually makes a lot of sense. If you understand fundamentals a little bit economically, this would make sense. So we had claims and we had on GDP. For the fundamentalists or the learners of fundamentals who watch my channel for that purpose, here's what we can interpret. The GDP came out good. Unemployment claims came out good. Good news for the economy. Okay, so why does that push gold down? Well, think about it. Gold typically does well when there's economic uncertainty. When market investors are concerned about the Federal Reserves or the ECBs or the RBAs, all the central banks' ability to handle the economic environment that we currently are in, gold does well, right? Fear is a driver for gold to the upside. When fear is erased by strong economic numbers like we see today, gold catches a big push down. Well, that's the fundamentals, but what about the technicals, Nick? Well, they look super bearish. It does not seem like gold can find a bottom. Now, you may look at this thing very long term and say, hey, this might be a buy. And if you're more on the investment side or the long-term position trading side, perhaps there's some buys to be taken. In fact, you know who might be taking those trades? Well, let's go take a look at smart money and see what they're up to. It does seem that gold continues to be a big buy for institutional money. So before you get overly bearish, just be cautious, as you must know that institutional money is still positioned very long on gold, and this has been a development over the last few weeks. We've seen buying coming in. Now, that is very, very interesting as we do see this thing continue to push lower. So I think short-term sellers are still in control until you get breakouts the other way, but just be cautious that big money, which does have a longer-term outlook typically, not always, some are more active trading hedge funds, others are longer-term in nature. There's a mix, there's a diversified list of different funds that make up the non-commercials and the CFTC's Commitment of Traders report. But you do have to understand big money is still very long. So while I do think gold short-term looks very bearish, I'm cautious and I'm not personally shorting due to the high interest on the long side from institutional money. I hope that is helpful to you. I go over the COT reports often using our software, the EDGEFINDER, which is my company's proprietary data tool for traders looking to get access. You can get access to this, but also I want to talk about something here as well. Here's my S&P 500 trade. I am currently in an S&P 500 long trade, and I am about to get stopped out on this or trailed out for a profit. I picked this one up long earlier this week after this market was able to break through this area, and I alerted this trade to members. Here's what the trade looks like here. We'll pull this up so that you can take a look at it. So within our Discord channel, I share all of the trades that I'm taking taking. This week I traded GBP and SPX 500. Both of them were profitable trades and they worked out very, very nicely. So here was GJ. We picked up GJ on a pullback. I called that one out and shared the full breakdowns, both fundamentally and technically. So if you're somebody who's looking to learn fundamentals but would like to combine them with the technical trades, I encourage you to come join our group and see what we're trading, understand, use it as an educational resource to you. Again, I'll go over details on how you can join in just a moment. And then also you have the S&P 500 as well. So I picked up the S&P on this break, and you can see I've been rolling out updates since. This thing has just been a monster mover, and I updated a very important rocket GIF that I found that I thought was very indicative of how the market was moving. Profits were taken on GJ, and then of course also here is the S&P 500 updates that I had. I trailed a stop. I trailed a stop later again. We'll get to that in just a moment. We saw a rejection off these lows. I really liked the trade, and I held on to it. At one point we were up about $1,300. Of course, that has been given away a little bit since. I trailed stops, however, though, and will likely get trailed out of my trade for a profit. If you'd like to get access to these alerts, we also offer coaching webinars, trading chat rooms, a educational PDFs download section where you can download our strategies in detail. If any of that or all of it sounds like it would be helpful to you, here's how you can get 55% off. It's 50% off right now, but because you are a YouTube subscriber here, we're offering an extra 5% if you follow the instructions listed out in front of you. So first of all you have to do is down below in the description, click the link. It's going to take you to a live chat support center, and I'll show you what that looks like. So when you click the link, it's going to be a pinned comment or at the top of the description. When you click that link, it's going to take you to a direct message center. Just click here, click chat now, and click 50% off VIP signals and ask them for the 55% of it that you heard about in this video. And someone from my team, a real staff member on my staff, will take care of you and get you set up with a membership while the sale is ending tomorrow. This is your last chance to get access to the Discord for more than half off, and then it will be going back to its usual prices. So let's continue and talk a little bit about pound pairs, because I've been bullish on pound pairs, but they've been under fire here recently. I caught GJ earlier this week. In fact, I think my analysis is still, yeah, here it is. My analysis is still on the chart saved here on TradingView. I picked it up long right around here. Price broke higher, price pulled back, and my stop loss at this point was trailed right underneath this market structure low. And when it broke out, I took profits there. So it was a profitable trade, though I did leave a little bit on the table. Again, some members trade differently than myself. Some people take partials. They would have been really in a much better situation than I was. I still made money though, so I'm not going to complain. Going forward now to GJ, market has kind of lost its steam, and I'm waiting for this thing to start breaking out and trending higher again before making any moves. So not seeing anything at this time on GJ, but how about Pound USD? Pound USD, big move down here today after the dollar was super strong. Pound USD, admittedly, I was very much bullish on this thing. I didn't take any trades on GBPUSD because I was trading GJ, but I still thought this thing would catch a bigger bounce. It did not. It was unable to break back above the highs and kind of lost its steam as the dollar strength came in. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm no longer interested in GU or GJ until we start to see market moves in that direction. Euro USD also tanked today. We saw a big sell-off. This one looks pretty weak in my opinion. You've got kind of this head and shoulders pattern forming. I would say, you had this upward trajectory kind of fall apart and make a move lower. If it does break through support here, I think you have more swing to the downside off of the lower and higher time frames going forward. So there's a couple trade setups for you guys, a couple things that I am looking at and trading myself. Again, I am very interested in currently the S&P 500. I'll be watching, if I could type SPX 500. I'll be trailing a stop. I'm just about trailed out. I probably just got stopped out here. Yep, we're out of the trade here. Took profits on that one, and now on to the next. So if you guys would like to join us, remember, take advantage of the sale before it ends, and we will see you back next time. Hey, guess what? I just found a video made just for you. Click this video to help with your trading, and thanks for watching.